lots of smiley faces. Welcome to our brand challenge for this afternoon. I'm Serena Martin, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about what we do at CoCubed. CoCubed is hosting this House of Innovation today, and what we do is brand innovation. And you might ask, what does that mean? And what I want to say is, whilst there might be people out there that say, oh gosh, brands are dead, brands are dying, they don't have the same resonance that they used to before, we believe that brands have an amazing opportunity at the moment to really step up to what's happening in the world in terms of consumer demand and technical disruption, and really reinvent themselves and become the source of new business models and new innovation and new exciting routes to market for customers. So we love brands, and Mark and I spend every single day working with a load of wonderful brands and taking them on journeys to places that they've never been before. So I hope you're ready for a small version of that journey today with our wonderful friends Boots. If that isn't totally clear, let me give you a little bit of a taster of what we get up to day to day. Okay, let's go. So I would like to welcome up to the stage Stephanie from Boots. Hello, Stephanie. Big round of applause for Stephanie. Now, tell us a little bit about what you do at Boots.
Yeah, sure. Oh, this is strange.
Hello.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for having me here today. My name is Steph Taylor. I'm head of Omnimedia and Partnerships at Boots.
Exciting. And am I right? You've got a very exciting birthday coming up.
We do. Boots turns 175 years old.
You look great on it.
I look fantastic. It's number 7 for anyone. No, I'm only kidding. No, it really is. Yes, we turn 175 years, and it blows my mind that Boots have been, helping customers with health and beauty for 175 years. That's
amazing.
Crazy.
Who knew that Boots has been around that long? Hands up. I didn't until I talked to Steph. Oh, you're cheating. Come on. But actually, yeah, it's quite a surprise.
It's amazing, isn't it? Absolutely incredible. Yeah, definitely.
And you have a very, very cool brand challenge that our wonderful startups will be pitching for later. Do you want to tell us what that is?
Yeah, absolutely. So for those of you, obviously, that may or may not know, the Boots motto is with you for life. So as we look forward to the next 175 years of us hopefully still being here, we're looking for someone who can help us really engage that next generation of customers to come with us for life and be with them every day.
Oh, interesting. And so we have 7 startups all ready and itching to tell you about their solutions and how they can master your challenge.
Amazing.
What are you looking for in the answer to that actually pretty tricky question?
It is a tricky question. I think it's how do we firstly find that audience, right place, right time, but also how do we authentically engage with them as well in a really, really compelling way. And that's really hard to do, especially with so many amazing other people, brands and competitors, a lot of noise out there. So how do we really cut through and engage with that audience? That's something I'm really going to be looking forward to.
Amazing. So that's authentic engagement with the audience that we're out for. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
If I can ask you to put your judging cap on, go and sit down. So what's going to happen now, if you were here this morning, you know the drill. We have 7 startups that are going to be pitching to Steph to say how they can meet her challenge. I'll invite the first up on stage, which is AudioSense, who are your one-stop shop for audience research. Come and tell us more.
Okay. Hello, thank you very much. Woo! Let me just change my hand. Okay, so I'm Javier. I'm the CEO and founder of Audience. There you go. That's myself, just casually dropping in a booth today to fighting for the cause with you for life. So Audience is, we define ourselves as an audience intelligence platform that provides with social consumer insights and social consumer segmentation. So you can really understand the audience to do that authentic engagement, because today, culture, a lot of the culture generates in social and all the channels. No? And we cover all of them, and we integrate very well with other traditional consumer research, like survey panel, etc., but also with social listening to have that full picture of that. So when we look at the brief, right, the first thing we did was, okay, let's analyze what our data is saying. And what it says is that, yes, Boots have a challenge, especially within the group of 18-24, right? We need to divide to conquer. It has a good presence in the 25 to 34, but of course we need to look at competitors, etc. Then the main obstacle for this is like, you know, we cannot consider that the 18 to 24 as a 34 as a uniform group, right? We need to change it. And you just see one of the insights there, like, you know, younger, they are more into hip hop. Of course, the 25 to 34, they are more into family, the gaming in the 18 to 24, etc. But the other obstacle is that the digital audience for this industry is predominantly women. So it's something to, you know, to consider. So now what we did was, being a social consumer, insights and segmentation, we said, okay, let's segment initially for social demographics, of course. And this is some of the data that came from, right? You know, the 8 young women between 18 to 24, the data says that the main products are lips and nails, like the products that are over-indexing. You know, they are over-indexing as well into the Afro-American culture and East Asian culture as well, in the gaming, manga style. And they are, of course, you know, into influencers, celebrities, something very important, no mom influencers. And then they love physical shops to take time to choose and explore. And then, you know, makeup tutorial and experiences, they really over-index in that based on, you know, data from social, 2.4 billion people in Meta today. It's completely different to that other segment, right? The women 25, 34 years old, that they are more bohemian, music festival lover. You know, one of the products that over-index is hair extension, and they have more healthy habits, wellness, and soft mobility, etc. So yeah, divide and conquer is the strategy, and we want to help with that new purpose, with you for life, no? Brand resonance strategy, conquest marketing for new segments, and loyalty program. And yeah, that's it from my side. Thank you very much.
Stay on stage a moment. Thank you. Steph, do you want to come up? That was quite interesting, because that was a sort of very much audience-led approach that you mentioned. What did you think about that?
Absolutely brilliant. I really, really loved how you've broken it down as well into kind of what they do and don't want, and also a lot around, I suppose, those kind of really niche communities around gaming and things like that, especially in that female audience. Yeah, that was absolutely brilliant. Thank you.
Brilliant. Well done. Thank you very much. You take a seat now. Steph, if you go back down. Right, next up, we've got Camera One. Are they in the house? And they've created this amazing video content engine for short-form video content that's really captivating the world. Please tell us more.
Thank you very much. And impressive data. So I will switch gears to something else, which is more to content-driven strategy. So Boots is around taking care of well-being of its customers for over 6 generations. We at Camera One are a bit younger, but we are ready to help Boots to stay relevant and continue this legacy. Now, capturing the next generation audience is very hard. Young consumers, they generally do not trust brands because they don't feel they resonate with their values and lifestyle. Also, they quite worry about traditional ads. They prefer more authentic and relatable content. And this audience wants digital interactions. So online engagements are key. Well, and what's more, it is not facts, it is not legacy, it is not wise advice which makes us tick. Most of the people, including most of the people in this audience, we are driven by emotions. Emotions are making us work. And emotions are creating engagement and forming new relationships with brands. And in order to trigger those emotions, the most appealing content is the one which is relevant to current stories, to stories of the day. So we at Camera One, we inform, entertain, and educate people through authentic videos, which we source from small and big content producers like CBS News, Associated Press, PA Media, and many others, including UGC. And we curate that content and create our original formats, our original videos, which we distribute through partnerships with the platforms and publishers around the world. And those stories are then engaging consumers. We have over 300 million views every month with strong coverage of the UK platforms and publishers. And we will use that engagement to drive the inspiration about the health and beauty in the audiences. And our videos are captivating, including stories about the healthy lifestyle and well-being. And we will insert Boots messaging into those stories so that consumers can learn about how Boots can take care about their needs. And those captivating stories are being produced every day, over 30 stories engaging consumers. And therefore, we are meeting them at the right place when they want to hear the story. And then the Boots story is within that story, being able to tell consumers that they can take care of their needs as they did for almost 2 centuries, and they still relevant for them. And not telling that story once, but telling that story every single day.
Hard work, not another day's of work. Hard work, that's what they say. Hard work, I earn my pay. Hard work, I get off the rock.
So, partnering up with Camera One, Boots will be able to leverage authentic storytelling and digital engagement. And with use of genuine and relatable stories, Boots will continue to be trusted and beloved brands for generations to come.
Thank you. Steph, have you got any questions for
Wow.
Camera One?
I mean, 2 amazing pictures there. Thank you so much. So when you talk about that you're creating videos with really kind of authentically engaging people, is that with a mixture of creators, publishers, everyone, kind of a whole mix of people?
So actually, our stories are real-world stories. So this is what's captured around us as, you know, life happens, be it professional filmographers or be it actually amateurs with UGC. But we curate those stories to actually appeal to audiences which we target, and that's where we can connect it with brands. So that's our specialty. We don't do our own production because the world around us is doing its own production. We're just capturing that in order to tell the stories people relate to because it happens around them.
Amazing, thank you.
Thank you, Petra. Now, next up, we're moving through, we've got Scooter, who are a really exciting omni-channel advertising platform. Come on up.
Thank you very much. Hello. Cool. Hi guys, I'm Rob from Scooter. Thanks for joining me today. I'm thrilled to be here to take you through how our programmatic omni-channel platform can help Boots connect with the next generation of customers through dynamic and engaging content across multiple touch points. So it's a bit of a mouthful, but let's break it down a little bit. So looking at the audience first, that 18 to 35 age group is quite a broad demographic. But generally speaking, you know, they're a dynamic and digitally savvy bunch. They're always on the move, they're connected to multiple devices, and they value authentic, personalised and relevant content. So it's going to be key for Boots to connect with them in ways that resonates deeply. And that's why we've chosen programmatic digital out-of-home as our primary channel for engagement. So with coverage of over 90% of the UK population, it's a perfect way to reach our audience, but obviously it's not just about reach. The channel's been shown to deliver over a 2 times uplift in message recall when compared to other digital channels. And that can be further enhanced with dynamic creative, with a near 40% uplift in effectiveness when using dynamic creative. As a channel, it's also been proven to be highly effective at instilling trust. And of course, it's highly noticeable for an audience that tends not to engage outside of social media. That's going to be a key component in converting them from what would be impulse buyers to lifetime customers. So digital out of home via Scooter's game changing. The beauty of our platform lies in the ability to offer personalized experiences at scale. So we can segment your audience based on a number of factors, whether it be their interests, preferences, buying patterns, and then we can serve a creative that's relevant to their specific location, environment, weather conditions, and a whole lot more. You know, our advertising speaks directly to your customers' wants and needs. So let's take a little look at how we can tap into a few of those moments to build a relationship that's built on more than just sales. Amazing. So obviously we understand that the average 18 to 35-year-old's daily routine is going to vary massively. You know, you might be up early in the morning going for a run. It could be going to the gym if the weather's bad. You might have young children to look after. You might just be hungover on the way back or on the way to university or work. We want to be able to tap into each of those individual moments and be able to provide the most relevant product and message for that specific moment. If, like me, you've suffered from hay fever this summer, I would have welcomed a timely creative that's triggered whenever the pollen count got too high, just as much as I'd welcome a creative that's triggered at the end of a long working day to encourage me to go home and take a nice relaxing bath. You know, we want to be there for the moments that matter. And now, out of home, of course, is a powerful channel in itself, but when combined with other channels, its impact multiplies. So the average 18 to 35-year-old is connected to over 9 digital devices, and our platform offers consistent and synchronized messaging across desktop, mobile, CTV, social, and digital out of home. So it's the ability to offer this holistic approach that allows us to tap into multiple different touch points to guide the customer along their purchase journey. Each interaction reinforces the message, and more importantly, it reminds customers that Boots are with them for life. And that's all achieved in the Scooter platform.
Thank you, Robert. Steph, so stay on a moment. What did you think about that? Those, like, throughout the day engagements, quite powerful, right?
Yeah, no, definitely. And I know that out of home is a really, really big focus for us as well as a business. So it's amazing to see and how all of that kind of comes to life. Just touching on the point that you mentioned around kind of that relevant creative for those people, is there a way that you can kind of drill down a little bit more into your platform to really get into those really young audiences to serve that kind of contextually relevant ads?
Yeah, absolutely. So we work with a number of different data partners. There we go. We work with a number of different data partners that allow us to be able to tap into whatever that audience might be, if it's going down to their demographics, their actual location, so where they are in the real world, as I say, interests, buying preferences, etc. So we can then segment those audiences, and then we'll be able to build a creative that's relevant to each of those to be served at specific points in the day, in specific locations, etc.
Amazing. Thank you.
Okay, we're going to take a slightly different shift now, and we've got Resonance, who are basically taking transcreation to the next level. Wayne, tell us more.
Thank you very much. Hi, Stephanie. We're going to focus on something slightly different in our presentation. We realise that from your ecosystem, you know what your demographic is, you know where you're going to try and focus. So we've tried to think of the idea rather than actually how you're going to do it. So we're a linguistics business, but we are a linguistics business with a modern day twist. You've set the challenge about how do you get to that 18 to 35. So what we wanted to ask was sort of what they're interested in, how do we get to them properly, what do they look like? Fundamentally, the key points for us are when you were founded in 1849 by John Boot. Very soon after, his son, Jesse Boot, took over. You're all about empowerment. It started with empowerment for women, and then it's become empowerment for everyone. Fundamentally, there have been radical looks and changes throughout all of the years across what you've been doing, and the fact that we need to repeat the mantra with you for life. So obviously, from a media consideration point, no one uses anything other than video anymore. So we've looked at that, and we've looked at how 18 to 35-year-olds have been through the years, what they've done, how they speak, what words do they use. So with our idea, basically, we're saying you can talk to them in any language with words that resonate to them. Thank you, everyone else that's used the word resonate in their presentation so far. So here's some original footage examples, and this is existing content that we found. It's not Boots specific, it's just original content to give you an idea about what goes on.
But the main thing is I'm happy with how it looks from the front. You can always put like a little bonnet or veil or something on your head in the back.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is all about the 1920s finger wave bob. I have a little tutorial today showing you how to get
So there's lots of content like that online. So Boots will have their own ecosystem, their own library of content throughout the ages, so we can play with your content. So what we've done here is by leveraging your existing content, focusing on one of the demographics, we can get to the nuts and bolts of how they talk, how they've talked through the ages, and how really focusing on the with you for life piece. And this is what we've done.
Since 1849, Boots has empowered women to feel
like the bee's knees.
Boot has a bug's ear.
On the bee.
Kimchi.
Groovy. Off the hook. Totally tubular.
Da bomb.
Mega.
Because we slay. No cap. Boots is your ride or die forever.
So just using bits and pieces of different content, we can give new messaging, really bring people to the fore around what words do you use to talk to that audience. Doesn't have to be like that. We've used a specific demographic in that one video. What would it look like in another language? Because we're a multicultural country, there are lots of different languages and nationalities around.
Porque, en serio, somos las más top. Mädels, wir sind echt top. Raga, dai che spacchiamo tutto.
So you can do it in any language. And very last thing, this is what you get. Reuse, reuse, recycle, recycle. Adaptation is the new creation.
We've been Resonance. Come and find us in the House of Innovation to find out more.
Thank you.
Thank you, Wayne. Gosh, is that John, the Mr. That's Jesse Boots. He's alive. He's come back to life. He's brought him back.
I would love to see a follow-up of this where you have Florence Boots saying that she's slaying in a number 7 red lipstick.
Yes.
I think that'd be fantastic.
Yes.
But seriously, I really, really like this approach. Very, very different. At the World of Boots, you know, like many brands, we're looking at how and we use AI in the right way, in a responsible way. Can't promise an AI Florence boot, but no, I really, really like the proposition. I love the idea around different languages as well, because I think that taps into a lot of our communities and the people that we work with in our shops day in, day out. So,
yeah,
amazing.
Thank you. The power of language there. Thank you, Wayne. Next up, we're taking a slightly immersive step with Circus 360. Come on up.
Thank you. Hi. Hi, Stephanie. Hi, everybody. I'm Jay from Circus. This is my daughter, Vesper. She just turned 11. Don't be fooled by the cheeky smile. Now, Vesper, at her school, the big trend at the moment is cosmetics and skincare. So she and her friends spend an awful lot of time researching products and brands online. And when they save up their pocket money, it's not to buy sweets. It's actually to think about brands like High Smile, Bubble, Drunk Elephant, and Sol de Janeiro Bum Bum Cream. Now, the reason I mention all this is because you're going to hear a lot today about Gen Z and how tech-savvy and hyper-informed and discerning they are. But let me tell you, we ain't seen nothing yet. So what we really want to do is obviously talk to that current generation of 18 to 35-year-olds that Vesper is heading terrifyingly quickly towards. And we've all obviously heard a lot about how tech-savvy they are. We know that they are interested in the idea of a retail metaverse. We know that they are inclined to shop online rather than physically. And, of course, that they expect brands to earn their trust. And that is the challenge that we face. So how do we engage them? How do we earn that trust? Well, we propose to do that by inviting them behind the curtain, to give them exclusive access to become not just consumers, but curators, able to preview products that aren't yet on shelves, Dragon's Den style, and get them to cast their votes and share their voice with Boots and be part of that conversation. We call it Be the Buyer. It takes the form of an immersive virtual showroom, which they can immerse themselves in, they can explore, and can hold a rolling collection of brands and products chosen by Boots, which they can then review and have a look at and see which ones take their fancy. Now, this has huge opportunities to promote through PR and social, to activate both online and offline, and, of course, to extend into the future and update. Here's a little demo that we've created to give you a sense of what it could look like. So as you'll see, you're in a highly detailed 360 environment that you can spin around, immerse yourself in, move around, look at product panels, again, curated by Boots. And when you see a product that takes your interest, you can look at pictures, you can read about it, you can learn about its ingredients, its provenance, its sustainability credentials, whatever you like. You can even consume video content, perhaps pre-existing videos or videos that are created specially for this platform. And once you've explored all the products available, you can cast your vote, leave a comment, and let Boots know what you think about them. So why do we do it? The point is about walking the talk. It's about inviting them, as I say, to become curators and not just consumers, about creating a two-way dialogue that goes beyond what other retailers are offering to essentially create conversations that build that trust that they're looking for. But beyond that core idea of a virtual product showroom, we can also go further. So we could, for example, as I say, expand over time. We can add new products. You can choose what you want to showcase, what you want to profile. We can look at gamifying it. You can add an element of competition, of incentives, sampling. Right? We can invite people to take part in it as a gamified experience. And indeed, we can really like the idea of including a virtual exhibition space where we can highlight some of the great stories from Boots' illustrious 175 years of history. So we're creating that resonance about the old and the new, the history, legacy, and the fresh new products. Thank you very much.
Stay on stage a moment. Steph, 175 years of Boots in the metaverse. What do we think of that?
Very, very, very cool. By the way, your daughter's adorable. Thank you for letting her model in this. Very, very cute. Yeah, no, absolutely incredible. So you're proposing then that this is something that's more metaverse driven, or is it something where, like, how would that customer journey start for that young audience of people who may or may not have the actual headset, which is thousands of pounds? Like, how would they access something like this?
So this would be on the web, not for VR. So I would steer clear of the idea of metaverse. It's a bit of a loaded term these days. Yeah. It's much more about creating a piece of content that's interactive and immersive, which has been shown to be much stickier. It keeps people's interest longer and they remember it more. So it's very much online, on your desktop, on your mobile.
Yeah, amazing. Perfect. Thank you.
Lovely. Thank you, Jay. Right, next up, we have Locala, who are doing some really exciting things, bringing together location data and AI to optimize and supercharge omnichannel campaigns. Please tell us more.
Hi, everyone. Oh, this is weird. Indeed. So I'm Caroline. I work for Locala. We're a location-based advertising platform, so we do things slightly differently. So today we're here to help you reach your 18 to 35 and be there or be with them for life. Before I deep dive into what we do, I wanted to stop on your statement. So for 175 years, you have listened, learned, and innovated for your consumers, and that's amazing. But with the new audience, with their consuming habits changing, and over 2,000 stores, you really need to listen, learn, and innovate at a local level. Is becoming paramount. At Locala, we release every year a study looking at retail trends, and one trend that is staying is the younger audience is moving away from the marketing based on the prices and the value of the product and moving towards the value that you stand for as a company. And today, this is why we're here to help you, like understand how to communicate those values effectively to your consumers. So how do we do that? So first, we explore where your consumers are using hyperlocal data, so understanding where your 18 to 35s are located, what area you should target to reach to the consumers. And once we understand where they are in the UK at a local level, we can then move on to our proprietary tool called Dynamic Commerce Area that looks at how people behave based on your stores. Where are the locations where we see loyal customers and where are locations where we see consumers that are not yet loyal but that could become very loyal. And that is really important because that's how people shop at a local level, at a store level as well. And then once we know where your 18 to 35 are, how they behave based on your shop, on your competitor stores, it's really important to understand how they behave on a day-to-day. Where are the locations they visit after your stores? How do they spend time in their neighborhood? Sorry, the screenshots are a little bit small, but we have a tool called the cross-visitation. And I took an example of 3 different cities, so Leeds, Aberdeen, and Brighton. And what you can see is in Leeds, people tend to spend time in coffee shop, in restaurant, spending quality time. When you actually look at Brighton, people do their day-to-day. They don't really spend time in coffee shop. They tend to go to different shops Superjerk, sorry for, and also WHS. So it's really having that understanding of how people behave at a local level to reach to them in the most efficient way. And only when you know that can you then decide what is the most relevant media to activate at a local level based on the most relevant media mix. So sometimes digital outdoor is very relevant, but sometimes mobile and digital outdoor might be the best combination, always optimizing in real time as well. And then to convey your message very effectively, it's having the right messaging at the right time, leveraging our own design studio team to really convey the message based on real local data. We also have reporting at a store level, but that will take longer than 3 minutes, so we can talk about it afterwards. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Caroline. So, Steph, like that really hyper-localized approach feels quite sort of aligned to Boots' DNA.
Yeah, definitely. I think, we've highlighted it. Our store estate is huge. We have over 2,000 stores across the UK. I do have a question with this. Are you able to drill down into kind of that audience insight to really get into that kind of younger audience demographic and really start to understand where they're engaging?
Yeah, absolutely. So we can look at 18 to 24, 18 to 29, really like drilling down to a very specific demographic. We can look at their interest if you wanted to. This is a snapshot based on behavior in the real world, but we can really drill down on their demographic, but also behavior in the real world to be very specific.
Great, thank you.
Thank you, Caroline. Okay, we are on our final startup. Please welcome Prometigo.
I have to get it set up a bit. So Stephanie, today we've seen already a lot of great ideas appropriately for the brand innovation stage. Today we're going to start a little bit with irony. And we say irony because, especially as we stand here on the brand innovation stage, the irony is that Boots turns 175 years old. We want to turn to one of the oldest marketing strategies in the book to help acquire the next generation of 18 to 35-year-olds. Whoops, I got to remember to press this. Did it go? Thank you. So our proposal starts by reintroducing incentive-based contest, sweepstakes, and games. Look, we understand using incentives to draw people to offer is not new. In fact, it's been an integral part of marketing for centuries. Buy one bag of salt, get another bag of salt free probably resonated the Roman markets 2,000 years ago. This is not new. Of course, you also know about incentives and using them in campaigns. I'm not suggesting this is anything new. In fact, we already working directly with you through our relationship with Global Media and Entertainment. This past weekend, we sent lucky winners of the Heart Radio dance event tonight to Ibiza as part of your Boots Media relationship. So we're in this incentives business. So whilst incentive promotions are not new, what is new, however, is using technology to make it possible to run more contest, sweepstakes, and games than ever before. And more importantly, scaling the measurable results and the data collection that fuel today's one-to-one marketing efforts. In fact, our technology makes it possible to propose an always-on promotion capability to make Boots the habit of a lifetime for the 18 to 35-year-old shoppers. And frankly, by working with some of the biggest FMCG brands, food retailers, entertainment companies around, we know when you run promotions at scale, it drives tangible shareholder value. So why? Why incentive promotions? And why would they work for this generation? We know psychology tells us that our brains are wired in the same way every generation. We all are wired for extrinsic motivation. What that means is we love engaging in activities to earn rewards or avoid punishments. It's hardwired in all of us in the same way that it has gone before every generation. In fact, promotions are probably more relevant to today's digital natives who are conditioned on instant gratification and social proofing. Are you still there? So why do running a lot of incentive promotions matter? The short answer is habits. Habits are hard to break. Habits drive repeat purchase. And when alternatives are available, people don't buy them. Habits are rooted in another psychological concept called heuristics. I don't know if you've heard about heuristics, but it's the subconscious mental shortcuts we use to simplify decision making. Marketers use incentive-based promotions to build a habit loop through repetition, consistency, scarcity, urgency, social proof framing, and priming. Incentive campaigns are two sides of the same coin. There's the incentive piece and the technology piece, and we sell both. And if you don't plan both together, you have a limited effectiveness in your campaign. Our technology is built as a headless platform. Whether it's APIs, plugins, purpose-built microsites, we are designed to be compatible with all creative solutions. There is a growing technology market out there for games. But as anybody out here who has run any large-scale sweepstake or campaign knows, a complex world of contests and sweepstakes requires a very different technology solution. Making Boots the habit of the next generation of shoppers will require frequency and consistency. Running a lot of incentive-based contests can be expensive, but with our technology, that changes that. Our scalable technology allows Boots to provide an always-on incentive-based capability that draws people to your brand, engages existing members, and helps suppliers engage with your members. And most importantly, as we heard earlier, with Boots collecting 60% of its data as first party, consented data you collect will drive the next generation of Vantage Card shoppers and help you drive the personalization and recognition that drives the shoppers for the next generation. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So, Steph, could this be the new vanguard for the Advantage Card?
I'm sure the Advantage Card team will be very, very excited about this. I know this is a big area that they want to kind of look in, and they're doing a lot of test and learn in this area as well. I absolutely love the kind of proposition. And with again, kind of similar theme from speaking to some of the pitches today, with this and the proposition that you offer, you're able to really drill down into that younger audience of people and identify what those gamification metrics work for them and what really resonates with them.
And because you can parse that audience data, we can, because of the promotion technology, making things cheaper to run, we can get things away faster, we can spin up campaigns quickly, we can respond to urgent needs, we can tailor them based on what your market is looking for. The trick here is that technology makes it cheaper to do the thing that actually drives value for you.
Amazing.
Thank you. Thank you, Charles. Thank you, Steph. So, Steph, I invite you to sit back down and have a little think. So Steph actually has quite a tough decision to make now because she has to pick a winner from the 7 awesome startups that you've seen. Now, can I have a show of hands? Who here has seen something that they're actually interested in and might want to hear more about? Anyone? Oh, we've got quite a few. Thank you. Thank you. Good. Well, if you want to hear more about any of these amazing innovations that you've got, and actually probably about 20 or 30 more, please come and join us in the CoCubed House of Innovation, literally just over there. There's so many more exciting ideas, pioneers, breakthrough solutions in MarTech and AdTech that they would love to tell you about. I'm sure you'd love to hear about. Please, please come and see us. And if anyone wants to do a brand challenge, if Boots has inspired anyone to say, actually, I've got something and I'd like to see what the entrepreneurial community, what the startup community comes up with to respond, please come and talk to me or please come and talk to Mark. Now, I'm going to look at Steph. How are you doing? Do you need more time? 30 more seconds. We'll give Steph 30 more seconds. How are you all enjoying MadFest? Who's had a drink already? Yeah, got the party gang over here. And Wayne. Brilliant. So I just want to end with saying thank you so much for coming. Thank you for supporting these amazing innovators. Thank you for supporting Boots and all the other wonderful brands we have here. I think the great thing about MadFest is that it brings all these different people together that don't necessarily cross paths on a day-to-day basis. So thank you. Round of applause for you all. Steph, do you want to come and announce the winner? Do you want to bring the trophy? Don't forget the trophy.
This is incredible.
Yeah, that's what everyone wants, guys. Yeah. So, Steph, who is the winner of your Boots Brand Challenge?
Oh, my goodness. Well, firstly, I just want to say a massive thank you to every person that came out here today to not only listen to this, but also to pitch to Boots. There's just so many amazing things that I can see working across so many different teams. And, just a massive, massive thank you. Well, there can only be one winner.
Afraid so.
Can I have a drum roll? would like to explore and give the award to Prometigo.
Prometigo, come on up, Charles. Well done.
It was a very tough decision, though. Really, really hard.
It's hard to go last, but you clearly smashed it. Well done. Can we have a photo? Charles, stay. Photo. Maybe in the middle. Do you want to go in the middle? Because we're both smaller than you.
Superstar.
Yay. Yeah. Thank you so much. And thank you, everybody, again. We have more brand challenges tomorrow and Thursday. So please come and join us at 11:25 tomorrow. We've got the Lego group who have, seriously, a really awesome brand challenge. So please come and join us for that. And enjoy the rest of MadFest. Thank you.